Hi, my name is Dave Young from Cryptovest.com, and this is Token Talk, a weekly look at what's coming up in the world of ICOs, where I sift through the endless list of issued ICOs coming up and try and find some interesting options that might be worth looking at for investment. This is not investment advice, and if you do wish to invest, you need to do your own due diligence. This is just an opinion piece. My opinion only. No paid slots, no sponsored slots. This week we have Ankr, distributed cloud computing on trusted hardware. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but I think there's some money in there. Choon, blockchain's music solution, or superstar DJ Gareth Emery comes to the world of blockchain. Ankr, let's get down to the basics. They're looking for a hard cap of $16 million. The token is Ankr. They've had a successful private and pre-sale. They're looking to go to Crowdsale at the end of July. Now, they are offering blockchain as a service, and their key points are, now listen to these words and we'll go through them one by one to see why they mean anything: proof of useful work, trusted hardware, and plasma chains. Proof of useful work. You might have heard the term proof of work with Bitcoin, other traditional cryptocurrencies, where they all hash away, they get their big computing power, lots of electricity, solve the puzzle, move the transactions around. But everyone's doing those puzzles, and when you don't solve it, you're wasting a lot of power on inefficiency. So proof of useful work is you get everyone doing something useful at the same time, like offering cloud computing. Daddy also offered this earlier in the year, and you compete with cloud services like AWS, like Google Drive. Then we have trusted hardware. In 2015, Intel started using chip architecture incorporating SGX, software guard extension, which in very simplistic terms, like a small little guarded room in the middle of the chip that no one can get to, that you can run operations that even if everything melts down, no one will get back up into the blockchain. So it democratizes the whole mining process, putting it back into CPUs in people's homes. Then we have plasma chain. The plasma protocol allows you to run a big backbone. You run side chains off it. You can scale up really fast. You can have different functions. It's quite sexy. And they're going to have an MVP, a working product, in July, within the month. Now, this is super. You have all these great terms. You've got a working product. You've got people getting excited about it. Are you ready to buy? Should you be ready to buy? If you are, you're an idiot. There are lots of tech guys, students, different people with an industry experience, with an interest. They could write a sound theory. You can go and get your white paper guys to spruce it up, make it look really sexy. You can hire those ICO investors that had the record number of successful crowd sales. They'll tell you how it's done. You'll get your airdrops on your go, your bounties, and you'll get all that buzz, and everyone's hyping. You'll go $30, $60 million, and hey presto. But a lot of the canny investors are recognizing where the smoke and mirrors are, learning that artificial hype will not give them any decent returns, and they're burning their money for nothing. So if we take a look at this project, it's getting organic hype. You've got the three founders, two of them wet behind the ears, only just come out of university, no real experience, but they've put together their theory. They've been out, done a private sell. They've started to get the interest of some serious people, the same advisors on Zilliqa, same fund from Neo, and they've started getting some backing. They're growing quite fast. With that knowledge, with that expertise advising them, they've padded out the team, and people are starting to take notice. And I've taken a good look through. I can't find any big airdrops, any bounty. They seem to be doing it on their own, which is all the indicators that they have something very promising. Okay, it's a difficult task. They're offering new solutions. It could fail. Things to watch: the actual release of the prototype, how it's received, is it any good? The roadmap, they've just got some poxy little graphic at the moment, there's no real detail. And the token economics have not been detailed. They still could try and screw people over. They've got some heavy investors in there, know how to play the market, but hopefully they'll realize it's a long-term game. Now, in my opinion, for the short-term flip, I'm very bullish. For the long-term prospects, as I was saying with those notes above, I have to be neutral until you get some more information and more review of what's going on. And next we have Choon. All right, guys. Choon That's enough. Choon is a venture headed up by world famous superstar DJ Gareth Emery that looks to reset the way the music industry works. They go to Crowdsale on 1st of July. They've already issued and sold 75 million notes in their pre-sale. They've got institutional money in there. They're going to release 500 million tokens and the hard cap is $23 million. Now, you've got to take note, they've got money, institutional money in them. They've used it to build a slick and very presentable MVP. It's working, it's a product. They've started to get traction, they've got community. It all looks very promising at this stage. So let's have a look at the underlying logic and the business model. What they're talking about is the music industry is broke. You've got streaming services, record companies, you've got lawyers taking their fees, managers, and by the time the musician, the producer gets what is due, it's nothing. And he can wait up to a year for that nothing. It's enough to keep most producers, most musicians flipping burgers for the rest of their life, even if they have some form of success. Now, I'm sure this is not really news to most of us, but the Choon service wants to simplify things, put it on the blockchain, have smart contracts that automatically pay out when people are listening to things, to have preset contracts that people can use without having to hire in those expensive lawyers. And they want to charge 20% as a streaming fee instead of the exorbitant 70% that Spotify are now charging. They want to take half the supply of the note tokens and they want to distribute these over the first 5 years, like mining, to the musicians who are successfully streaming, to motivate, to get the whole platform moving. They're going to offer the service for 1 year for completely free to get some traction. Now, they've got some big names involved. They've spent some money. Go on the website and listen to some of the music. It's damn good. They've got traction. It's very impressive. Competition in this sector, in the ICO world at the moment, is fierce. But maybe as they're operating more in the niche of electronic music, maybe they can do okay. They don't seem to be getting the traction and buzz in the ICO community. They're getting a lot of community, but not investors. So it leaves me with two thoughts. One, maybe they're relying on crowdfunding goodwill within the circles. Maybe they know they've got that. Maybe they can raise their money. Or maybe two, they've got the money in, they've built the thing. It's an add-on. Maybe the crowd sale is to get some extra money, build out the network, spread awareness with the tokens. Either way, short-term potential for a flip, neutral. In the long term, I'm going to stay neutral too, because looking at the model, they can be making profits, they can be making revenue, they could be successful, they could be paying back those early institutional investors. But I don't know with those token economics, with them being given away for the service for free for a year, with the 5 years leaking out, when and if the token will inflate. And I wouldn't be prepared to stick my money waiting for many years just to see if it may come off. Now, don't get me wrong. I think this is a good idea. I think they've got something here and I hope they're successful. But if I was going to be investing in it, it would be on the basis of crowdfunding, supporting an idea, and if I got lucky, getting some money back on it. Good luck, Choon. Honourable mentions from the world of ICO videos this week, we have B Medics, who obviously believe if you make a statement, you need to have the visual slap in the face in the video.
The structure collapses. It's like a chair missing a leg.
And as Verge try their luck with Pornhub, obviously other players think it's their time to step up. I'm Dave Young from Cryptovest.com. This was Token Talk. If you like what we're doing, feel free to hit the like button. If you want to get a feed of what's coming up in the ICO world, subscribe. Stay current, stay valid, stay tuned, stay in the game. Till next time.